We're live. And we're live with another Q&A. Hey guys, welcome to another Q&A by Guerrilla Games. We're here live at Guerrilla headquarters and we're here to talk about the Insurgent Pack that's out today in the US. On your left side of the screen you'll see producer Poria.
Hey guys.
And on the right side is multiplayer QA Adrian the Reiter.
Hello.
And they're here to talk about they're here to answer your questions about the Insurgent pack.
Whilst getting shot and dying in the game a lot.
Yeah.
And they're also demonstrating the Insurgent as they're answering your questions. So guys, while Poria plays a bit, Adrian, can you tell us a little bit about the Insurgent?
Right, yeah, sure. So Poria is playing here now. We are already playing in a game, so we have already been playing for a little bit. When you start out in a round, you actually start with just a pistol. You'll have 4 pistols to choose from, but you'll have pretty much nothing. No abilities and no other weapons. So what you will want to do is you want to start scavenging for weapons and for abilities. So that means that you can steal weapons and abilities. So if you find a weapon, which we now already did, Poria is now running around with the new M82, which he found and stole. The only difference between him now having a primary weapon and the other classes is that his bullets won't get replenished after dying. For all the other classes, when you fire a few bullets and you die, you respawn, your ammo will be replenished. But this guy, that's not the case for the Insurgent. So what you want to do is you want to keep scavenging for ammo or for other weapons. So you always have to be on the lookout for stuff. And the same goes for abilities. He already stole 2 abilities now. You can see that he has stolen the revive and the turret. He just placed the turret. And the round is now over. But the difference between the two, between the other classes, is that these are challenge based. Hey, you won! That's crazy. Wow. Is that they are resource based, so you can use them for only X amount of times. Right now, it's only you can use them for 3 times, then they run out. So you'll have to find other abilities which you can steal again and then use again. And you can make pretty much any combination that you want. We will go into that a little later, showing that to you guys.
Right, because that was one of the questions we got from PewPewUQQ. That's his username. How has the programming been... Sorry, no, that's the wrong question. The question... is it possible to mix and match weapons and equipment that you have collected to create sort of a trans-class loadout?
So yeah, but it is limited. So basically you can pick anything that you find and that you steal. If you find a minigun and you want to use a cloak and you want to use a shield, you can make that combination, and we'll show you a little later on. But it's all limited. So like I said before, your bullets will run out, so you will have to scavenge for extra ammo, and the same goes for your abilities. They will run out of resources. You can use them for 3 times and then they run out. You can replenish them by stealing them again, but you're always on the lookout and scavenging. But in the end you can create the class that you really want, but you'll have to fight for it to keep it that way.
Right off the bat, we got a question on Twitch from Mesa Sean, who says, if I go ahead and buy the Season Pass, the Insurgent Pack is included, right?
Yes, it is. If you buy the Season Pass, the Insurgent Pack, together with a lot of other things, such as the co-op, which is coming later, will be included.
And another question from Gurnas15, who says, what are the primary and secondary abilities for the Insurgent?
This is a good question. Basically, the hacking and stealing abilities are pretty much both primary and secondary. Maybe you shouldn't even think in those terms for the Insurgent class. Basically, this is kind of like your free-for-all class, right? So you can mix and match, like I said earlier. So you can really create what you want. And what is interesting to maybe tell as well is that, as you might see, the hacking and stealing abilities are not shown on the D-pad, because you can always use them. If he now runs up to this enemy, for example, you can see he can always steal. So if you press triangle now, there he just stole both abilities. But now he has the primary and secondary ability from the assault guy who he just stole from. But like we said, he can mix and match. So if he presses D-pad down, for example, now, you can see that the abilities will be swapped. So now the primary ability is in the secondary slot and the secondary is in the primary slot. So if you want to make, you know, I don't know, a combination with 2 primary abilities or maybe even 2 secondary abilities, you can. It's all up to you.
And following up on that, IPewPewUQQ asks, are any of the... Yeah, I'm sorry. That's
a great name.
That's a great name. Are any of the Insurgent's abilities upgradable? So I guess...
They are. Yeah, they are fully upgradable, just like all the other classes. You start, maybe we can show here, if you go to abilities, there if you press X, you can see we now have level 1, and if we want to get to level 2, 3, you'll have to hack enemy equipment for X amount of times. Same goes for stealing, you'll have to steal different kinds of stuff to unlock your level.
The Muffin Man asks, when you hack someone's ability, does the duration of that ability last until it is used up or destroyed? How does that ability remain hacked for?
So, good question. The level of the item that you hack is the same level as your hacking ability. So basically, if I have hacking ability level 2 and I hack a turret, that turret will now also become a turret level 2. So that will last for as long as a turret is level 2 turret is active. So you can now hack it, for example. So now Poria here has hacking level 1, so now this will turn into a level 1 turret. It also means that if I progress further, so if I have level 11, I'll hack turrets. I'll maybe hack a level 1 turret, turning it into a level 11 turret.
Aha.
Does that answer the question?
I think it does.
I'm glad it does.
We also have some questions about, for instance, the online collectibles, which are the collectible crates.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a little bit about how that works?
Yeah. So every time you start a game, there will be a online collectible spawned somewhere in the map. We're not going to tell you where, you're going to have to find it. It's a crate and it's hidden somewhere in the map, and yeah, the person who finds and destroys it first, he unlocks it basically, and a new one will be spawned after the round is over, I believe.
And here's an interesting question from Slyazg. I don't know how to pronounce these usernames, sorry guys. What happens if you hack an insurgent?
Oh wow. Well, you can't, that'll be fun to do.
It's like crossing the streams in Ghostbusters.
So you can't hack people. You can hack placed entities. So maybe what you mean is what happens if you steal from an insurgent class, and same thing happens from when stealing from any other of the classes. You just steal his abilities and run off with them.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about what else, because we've been talking about the insurgent class itself, but there's more in the insurgent pack, right? Can you tell us a little bit about the other things included with the insurgent pack aside from the class itself?
So there's a bunch of new things. There is 3 new abilities to pick from, and there's 3 new weapons to pick from. So first one that we can show here is the STA-14 rifle, which is for the Scout, which is a really nice single shot rifle. You can kind of maybe compare it to the VC-101, but the big difference between this weapon and the VC-101 is that it's much more efficient on close and medium range. Maybe Poria, you can show when you're just walking, not running. You can see that the crosshair doesn't spread out that much. It's still really stable. So you can see that this is much more effective on close and medium range than the other sniper rifles, making this a really valuable addition for the Scout. Then there are 2 more weapons.
One of them is the M82, right?
One of them is the M82. I mean, we kind of had to. Here, see? It's very easy to kill when you're in close combat now. Yeah, the M82, I mean, it was asked by so many fans. It's such a fun, great weapon. We did decide to add it to the support class, as the assault class already had quite a few assault rifles, and we felt that the support could really benefit from a good assault rifle. So we added him to that guy. And then there is also the pistol. There's another pistol which is called the LS12 SMG pistol, which is, like I said, it is an SMG, but it is a secondary weapon, it is a little different from the SMGs that we have in our game, which are primary weapons. It'll run out of bullets a little quicker. It has a bigger spread, but it's very effective on really short ranges.
Is this the same weapon as the Shadow Marshal Luger had in the first Killzone?
It is, yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
So there's also something about an elite difficulty mode. I get a question here on Twitch. Someone is asking, will elite difficulty mode make me throw my controller in rage?
Well, that's what we designed it for. So yeah, no. That is a single-player component to the game, so basically you can only die 3 times in finishing the campaign. It's going to be tricky, but I know you guys are really good at playing shooters, and probably much better than we are, so I'm sure you guys can pull it off.
Cool. Okay, and we have another question. This one from Majidamet 510, who asks, can the air turrets be hacked? I think he means the
support drones.
Yeah, support drones.
At the moment, no. I would love it to be hackable, but it is very hard, as the beacons can be thrown anyway, and obviously the air drones are in the air, so you can't reach them. So for now, no, you can't.
Okay. Another question. This one's about the Insurgent Personalization Pack. Poria, maybe you can answer this one. Yes. What's included in that personalization pack? In the
personalization pack, you'll get 3 spotlight moves, 3 spotlight moves specific for the insurgents. You'll get a insurgent voiceover pack, which is activated right now, and we can hear it going back and forth as soon as he turns on the volume. And you also get the Bomber Automata team, Automata, the Bomber skins.
Can you tell us a little bit about the spotlight moves? Which ones are included?
I believe the ones included are the C4.
That's where he plants a bomb on your ass and kicks you out of...
Basically,
okay.
Plants a bomb on your chest, kicks you out of the screen and detonates it. Head to the knee is included. And finger breaker.
Okay. Cool. And these will work not just for the insurgent, but also on other...
Yes.
Okay.
These will work on it doesn't matter which character you've selected in order to use those.
Okay, cool.
Adrian is now using the LS12, by the way, the pistol.
Yeah, so maybe as you just saw, when I'm really close to my enemy, it's quite effective. It bursts really fast, and it's really nice to use, actually.
There's a few coming your way on your left.
So now it's a little further away, so it gets trickier. So
can you tell us a little bit more about the 3 new abilities?
Yeah, I can. I can even show you.
Yes, please.
So there are 3 new abilities, and the Scout has the guard drone, which basically is a small drone which he can place somewhere. So what a Scout likes to do, obviously, is stay a little away from the battlefield. The game's over, so I will show you after it rolls over. And focus on people which are a little further away, but he might then lose sight.
Head kick.
Wait, I missed it.
Execute.
I did it. I didn't. I'm not so good at this game. So, but he can really focus on enemies which are a little further away, looking through his scope. But he might lose then overview of what's happening around him. So basically, he can now place a guard drone, which can kind of guard him while sitting and finding enemies, which is one which I can show a little later. The two other new abilities are the e-pulse emitter, which is basically a placeable e-pulse machine. And
So it covers off an area?
yeah, exactly. It stuns all automata which is within reach, which is really nice if people place lots of turrets and air drones as well.
So you could place it around the opening or in a corner or
You
somewhere
can
you
place it
want
anywhere
it.
you like. Exactly, especially around mission objectives. It can be really interesting. So I can share that a little later as well. And then there is also a tactical echo emitter, which is pretty much the same as a tactical echo, but this time around you can place it anywhere you like. So if you want to know if there's enemies, in a particular area, but you don't want to be there yourself, you can just place one there.
And those will have level progression as well, right?
Same,
So
yeah.
when you become level 14 or 15,
11.
you'll cover.
Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, here I can show you this is the e-pulse emitter. I can select that. And yeah, those are the three new abilities.
Cool. Okay, and there's also a question. Someone's asking about what is in the crates, the collectible crates.
Ooh, that's for you to find out.
Great.
I ain't gotta tell you.
You don't want to say?
No, you gotta find it yourself. That would spoil it, right?
Okay, fair enough. We also got a question. I may have misinterpreted that, but I think it's a question about collectibles. It might be referring to the thing that's sitting between you, the collectible.
This thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice.
It's not out yet. This is still the prototype, but they are done by a company called 3A. I believe they are hitting the stores in a few months, and they're completely handmade, and they're gorgeous. They're
It looks
closer
really nice.
to the screen.
Whoa!
They're really, really pretty. He's not holding his enormous weapon at the moment, but this one's actually the prototype version that our game director Steven Terheide had on his desk, but we took it from him, and it's ours now.
Nice.
It's looking at you.
Okay, well anyway, back to the Insurgent Pack, because really that's what we're here for. The Insurgent Pack also comes with a bunch of trophies, new trophies. One of the questions was, if you want to achieve the Platinum Trophy for Killzone Shadowfall, do you need to achieve all the new Insurgent Pack trophies as well?
No, those are separate.
Okay.
Exactly.
And can you tell us a little bit about the challenges that are included with this pack?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of new challenges added. They are mostly tied to. Sorry.
Give him a
Kill
second
this
to
guy
die
here.
before we can.
They are mostly tied to the insurgents, obviously. Here, look. Oh, too bad. I can't hack it because I'm not an insurgent. Too bad. So there's a lot of new challenges for weapons and the new abilities. There's a whole bunch of new challenges to unlock, basically.
Over how many would you say?
I don't know by heart. It's a couple of hundred at least.
Nice. And in addition to that, you've got the 7 new trophies, I believe?
There is, yeah, I think it's 7, yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
Yep.
1 gold one.
1 silver one, and I think it's 5 bronze ones.
There's a question on Twitter from Mike's Gamer Eke, who says,
Eke?
Okay.
Stop back, eh?
can we rename the Helghast Insurgent into Grumpy Catman?
A grumpy cat.
That might cause legal issues with Grumpy Cat.
Nah, I think
Oh.
we're fine. I think we're fine. We should definitely take that in consideration. I think it's a good name.
It kind of works though. It does.
Yeah.
Grumpy Catman. Sure. But then the VSA guy would feel left out.
Yeah, the VSA guy,
Yeah,
we'll have
that's
to
true.
figure out a name for him as well. Or a new meme will have to come along and we'll have
Yeah.
to...
Maybe it's something for you guys to come up with.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna play some more with the Insurgent.
No.
Woohoo!
Yeah, show us some more Insurgent action.
Yeah, so I see that Poria stole a LS-70. Or maybe I did.
No, I did that.
I did that.
Seemed like the weapon of choice for this level.
This is a little tricky because there's not a whole lot of sniper range on this level. But I have a turret and a shield, so that's already a assault and a support ability. We can maybe do some interesting steel combinations if you guys want to see something just specifically. Ask away, I can see if I can find it. I'm gonna place a turret here.
And a shield in front of it.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nasty.
We also got another question coming in about the balancing of the new abilities for the other classes against the existing abilities. The abilities all had they were all sort of balanced against each other, I guess, and you would be able to, well, not exactly cancel them out, but there were counters for each ability.
Right.
How do the new abilities figure into this? Are there counters for them as well?
It's a good question. That's something that we kept in mind when designing all these new abilities. So that all the new abilities are pretty much based on stuff that we already have. So the E-pulse emitter, for example, E-pulse there is already a form of E-pulse in the game, and same goes for the tactical echo emitter. People do already have tactical echo, but now they can place it somewhere. So it's like a variation of the tactical echo. And the guard drone is a drone which can be shot and it can be locked onto with secondary missiles, that kind of stuff.
And the
so
emitters can be deconstructed or hacked.
Or hacked, exactly. And that's something that we definitely kept in mind when designing these.
We've tried to make sure that they tie in with the existing abilities and
Yeah.
forming just a more robust whole instead of throwing in some wildcards.
Exactly. It had to fit in our Killzone multiplayer experience. I cannot find a lot of enemies. Ooh, maybe I have to go there. Any more questions?
Yeah, we're getting requests from people to see the M82 in action again.
Oh,
Sure.
It's extremely popular gun.
Okay, so now I want this. So now I have an air support drone with a turret. But we can also pick the M82.
If you just kill yourself.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I have nothing to live for anyways. Ah! I don't want to be killed by enemies. Yeah, M82. Where are you? Here you go. Here we
Personally, I'm really happy with the choice of getting the support class, the M82, instead of the assault class.
Glad you are.
Yeah, I think that was a good move.
Thanks for
The support class could use a nice assault rifle.
Exactly.
And the M82 is an all-time favorite
it's
for a
such
lot
a
of people.
Such a nice weapon. It's really accurate.
In the right hands, that is.
Exactly. If you have enough.
You're gonna miss and he's gonna kill you.
See, it's really accurate. If
So
you know,
accurate.
If you know how to play.
So there is a concern. There was a concern, but I think you've already talked about this. That this would split up the community by requiring people to either buy the DLC or not be able to play it. But this works with existing. I mean, people don't. People can just play against insurgents even if they don't have the pack themselves, right?
Yeah, that's very true. That was obviously something that we felt was very important already from the beginning. That's why all our you wanna
Yes.
play? That's why all our maps are also free as well. We don't want to split up our player base, and the same goes for our expansion pack. So the content that you buy will be a lot of fun, but the game will not be unbalanced if you decide not to buy it. Obviously we discussed the pay to win in all of our meetings, in all our brainstorms. We don't want people to feel that they are now super powerful because they bought the expansion pack, and we don't want people to feel like left behind if they decide not to buy it. So it has to be fun for everybody, for the people who bought it and for the people who haven't bought it. That was really important to us.
It should be a new way of playing. I'm not an insurgent.
I know, it's true.
Well, we are actually getting some requests for another hack and steal demonstration.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so this is the M82 then.
Good
Yes.
luck. We're a little far from the screen, maybe that's why I was not
Oh yeah, that
playing
must
so
be
well.
it. It's so far from the screen.
It's true.
It's like miles away.
It's true.
So then I'm gonna kill myself so I can show some hacking.
So what is the request?
Well, they just want to see basically just the steal ability in action again and
Okay.
hack ability in action again.
Oh, I'm so glad you picked up the LSR 44.
This is actually really nice. You can rapid fire in quick bursts.
So what have you got?
Well, Poria is hunting for something to hack and or steal.
And or steal.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Sorry, I reacted out of instinct.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to see.
Well, this is the VSA version of
Oh yeah, lying dead on the floor. Yeah, it looks cool.
I believe there's like 12 legal violations by shooting a downed corpse, so I'll just not do that.
Not do it, man.
There you go.
It's a draw. Hey, back.
Alrighty. Vote for, I don't know, do the forest. Or the park, do the park.
Park. That's C4.
That's the C4 ability. I love that one.
That's gonna hurt.
Thank you, Doge.
All right, guys. Yeah. Thanks for demonstrating. I think we're ready to wrap this up. If you have any more questions, feel free to post them on the forums. We'll obviously we'll try to answer where we can. And once again, the Insurgent Pack. Well, Poria, maybe you can tell us. The Insurgent Pack is out today in the US.
It's out today. It's out today in the US. It was out yesterday in Asia. It's out tomorrow in Europe and Thursday in Japan.
Cool.
Okay.
And also, I don't remember the name, but there was a question on my Twitter asking if the e-pulse emitter, if it would be throwables or buildables like turrets, and they're buildables, correct?
Like we just, demonstrate, right?
Yes.
Same goes for the tactical echo emitter.
Yes.
They're placeable entities.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for being here and answering questions. And for everyone watching, thanks for watching and asking questions. And yeah, we'll have another Q&A in the near future. In the meantime, enjoy the Insurgent Pack, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye!